Hello ladies and gents, welcome to this video, and in this video I'll be talking about my 100,000 mile ownership review with the Nissan Rogue, which is 2012 model. So without wasting any more time, let's get right into it. The footage that you just saw is I'm hitting 100,000 miles with the Nissan Rogue 2012 model. So I got this car brand new with 0 miles on it. It's, to be exactly 27 miles to be precise from the dealer. Bought it back in 2012, paid off the car. I've been driving it ever since. So yeah, when I got the car, I needed an SUV, especially something crossover within that price range of 23 to 20 with the whole thing, 23,000 and stuff like that. Even though I think with everything it'll come down to close to 27,000. But wanted this car to hit 100,000 miles. A car that will give me no problems up until 100,000 miles, and I can drive it without worry. A point A to point B car, not a performance car. So with the Nissan Rogue, especially this first generation 2012 model, you get a lot of transmission problems. That's, if you check the forums, if you check other videos, there's been the transmission problem starts from anywhere between 60,000 miles and can have up until 80,000. Thankfully, for my part, I did not encounter that. No transmission problem. It's a CVT transmission, and I hate, and I mean hate is a strong word, but I dislike the CVT transmission. The transmission is the biggest Achilles heel for this car. My one is still going strong at 108,000 miles. It's to be 108,700 to be precise, or whatever. And the other problem that usually I encounter with is the first one was the mass airflow sensor, the MAF sensor. Had to change it a couple of times because the check engine light was coming on and it was giving the mass airflow sensor problem. Then the regular thing that I don't like is Nissan's. I mean, I had an Altima before this. The Nissan's struts and shocks, the suspension, especially if you're driving in New York and you have all these potholes and stuff like that, it does not last. You gotta change it. So I ended up changing the entire suspension, which did cost me a pretty penny, and I don't recommend that. I usually, I know that Toyotas and Lexuses and other manufacturers, maybe not Hondas, but some Hondas, they last 100,000 miles without changing it. I had to replace them close to 90,000 miles, 92,000 miles. So again, it's not a mechanical problem, but it is something to take into consideration. It's not a zippy or performance car. Even 0 to 60, in my definition, is next day. It's definitely not, it's like, well, I don't know, 9 seconds, 10 seconds, I don't know. I mean, as the car grew older, the CVT become lousier, the transmission. So yeah, it's not like, you don't feel like the acceleration or anything. But now, enough of the bad stuff. Let's talk about some good stuff that this car has given me. Especially, I like the design. I like the way it looks. I think the first generation Nissan Rogue is pretty good looking than the second generation that they came out. I think now they're coming out with a more rugged third generation, which is okay. I mean, I still prefer the first generation look. I mean, you can customize this. I had the hubcaps just painted black, and that's about it. I didn't change anything exterior wise, but I like the design. If only it had a normal 9-speed automatic transmission or anything like that, not a CVT. Perfect car. Looks better than the RAV4. Looked better than the RAV4. I mean, I think the RAV4 Prime looks better now, but in 2012, the RAV4s that came out at that time, I think the Nissan Rogue looked better than the RAV4 or Honda CR-V. I like the space. again, I'm not gonna go into the dimensions part of it. It's pretty similar with the CRV, the RAV4, and the Nissan Rogue, but I'm just gonna show you this whole overlay of the stuff that I have actually put in. I've carried a lot of stuff. I've put in a bathroom sink. As you can see, I fit it in the car. If you fold the seats down, you get a lot of cargo space, and I have definitely moved a lot of stuff with the cargo space, even with the second row seats up. The cargo space is pretty good. Second row seats down, whew, a lot of space. And also, like, the reason I got this car at the time because of the price range and also the leg space in the second row. I wanted a seat behind me with the front seat pushed all the way back, the driver's seat, and I wanted to see someone who can sit behind me. My father is the same height as me, and I wanted him to sit comfortably behind me, so that was one of the reasons. Compared to the models around that time, the RAV4 and the CRV, this had more space, practically, when I sat on it. This is the S model, the S trim. This is not the SV or the SL trim. So basically it didn't come with anything. It just came with a radio. It didn't have Bluetooth, but it came with a rear backup camera that was installed by the dealer. I didn't have to install it separately. But the radio died after after close to a few thousand miles. One winter it just stopped working. So I actually installed an Apple CarPlay and Android Auto by myself. I got the Sony headset unit, like not the wireless, it's a wired one, but it's the XAV 3000. Don't quote me on that. I'll just put the number in. Yeah, so installed it by myself with the help of a mechanic. And since then it has performed. The tech upgraded with simple thing. It's like you buy a aftermarket head unit, you put Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It just the user experience inside the car becomes very improved. Another good thing about this car is like the traction control during snow time, regardless of the tires. If you have new tires, winter tires, old summer, like all season tires, this is it has very good traction control during snow. I've taken it to some 18 inches of snow, drove it through a blizzard. It gives a thumbs up for me for the snow performance. Let's talk about gas mileage. The gas mileage, even though if it has a CVT transmission, I don't think it's that groundbreaking. 21 miles per gallon combined. Highway is 25 miles per gallon, like 24, 25. I barely got, combined in city and highway driving, I got 20 miles per gallon. It's a 2.5 liter four-cylinder CVT transmission, so yeah, combining all those things together, I would have liked to get better gas mileage. A few things that you might encounter towards the end, like once you hit 100,000 miles or 108,000, you're gonna feel a little vibration, and that's not coming from the tires nor from the wheel balancing or the tire rotation. It's coming from the transmission. So 0 to 20 miles per hour, very subtle, you're gonna feel a little vibration. That I went to a bunch of mechanics. They said it's something to do with the transmission. So I'm not sure if that's transmission related. They couldn't narrow it down. Even the dealers couldn't narrow it down. It's just a very slight little vibration from 0 to 20 miles per hour. You've passed 20 miles per hour, you're not gonna feel it. And if you just put on the accelerator, right, like floor it, you're not gonna feel it. Just you gotta be like in a bumper to bumper traffic. You just hit the throttle or accelerator or gas pedal, whatever you call it. You're gonna see 0 to 20 miles. You're gonna feel a slight vibration. That's what I've been encountering for the last few miles. Overall, what's my take on the Nissan Rogue? Again, there have been talk about the transmission problem with the first generation. It has been well documented, but I think Nissan has improved the CVT performance on the second and the third generation, so they have refined it. But again, they need to get rid of it like they're getting rid of it on the QX Pathfinder and the QX60, Infiniti QX60. They went from the CVT to the 9-speed automatic. I think they need to do that with the Rogue. If you ask me, will I buy this again? Not with a CVT transmission, no. No Nissan Rogue, or not about any car with a CVT transmission. I'm not gonna. It's just not fun to drive. I am telling you that. It is not fun to drive if you're a car enthusiast or if a car person. If you are not one of them, yes, you can just get it. Just go. You're not gonna even feel anything. I think it might be time for this to find a new home. I will have to move on from it. But anyways, I hope you guys like this video and found this information helpful. And if you want more car content, just let me know by commenting or liking. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you disliked it, give it a thumbs down twice. But do not forget to subscribe to the channel for more content like this. This is Kazi signing out. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.